pleasant and a blessed day to each and everyone. Today, I will going to present to you my research paper entitled Terrorism in a Global Village, How Terrorism Affects Our Daily Lives. What is terrorism? Terrorism is an unlawful act of violence. It is intimidation governments or societies. Terrorism goals is to achieve political, religious, or ideological objectives. What comes in our mind when we hear the word terrorist? First, I will define to you the wants of the terrorist. First is produce widespread fear, gain international media attention, harass, weaken, or embarrass government security forces, steal or extort money, weapons, and ammunition, free prisoners, destroy countries, economy. Types of terrorism. First is state terrorism. Next is bioterrorism, narco-terrorism, religious terrorism, nuclear terrorism, and cyber terrorism. Types of terrorism. The first one is national terrorism. Involves groups whose terrorist activities are directed at elements of our government without foreign involvement. Oklahoma City bombing is the primary example of national terrorism. Next types of terrorism is international terrorism. It involves groups whose terrorist activities are foreign-based and or directed by countries or groups outside the United States. September 11 is an example of international terrorism. Roots of terrorism spread all over the world. Next, I will define to you the causes of terrorism. The first one is social and political injustice. The second one is belief that violence or its rate will be effective. The third one is religious, illiteracy, and injustice. The first causes of terrorism is social and political injustice. People choose terrorism when they are trying to right what they perceive to be social or political or historical wrong, when they have been stripped on their land or rights, or denied peace. For instance, the Irish Republican Army, or IRA, bombed English target in the 1980s to make the point that they are felt their lands was colonized by British imperialists. The next causes of terrorism is the belief that violence or its threat will be affected. Another way of saying this is the belief that violence will justify the ends. Many terrorists in history said sincerely that they choose violence after long deliberation because they felt that they had no choice. The next causes of terrorism is religious. Perhaps the most commonly held beliefs today in the terrorism is caused by religion. Though it not the main cause of terrorism, religion does play a significant role in driving some forms of it. Many terrorists get wrong understanding in religion. Since 1980, there has been an increase in terrorist activity motivated by religion. The next causes of terrorism is illiteracy. Lack of education among the people has been put forward as a prime reason of terrorism. Uneducated persons are easy to be persuaded to commit a crime because they have no high ability of thinking. Many terrorism believe crazy things, they're more likely to do crazy things. The last causes of terrorism is injustice. Injustice is a cause of terrorism. People get offended and hurt by the justice system that they choose to resort to acts of violence in order to protect the ongoing injustice. There is no cure to fixing the injustice system to ensure that everyone is happy, but injustice is a cause of terrorism. Paying for terrorism. The first one is terrorists need money to buy weapons and keep operations secret. The second one is missions such as making fake passport pose no lot of money. And the methods to raise money is first one is DVD and CD pirating, fake charities, drug smuggling and prostitution, robberies, kidnapping and ransoms, donations and gifts. Impact of terrorism. The first one is economic impact. Loss of life, infrastructure and business, government spending on security. The second one is society impact, wherein they create atmosphere of suspicion, fear and panic all around. The last one is politic impact, makes the world politics more complicated and difficult. The solution to the terrorism is education, understand the differences in cultures, religion, belief, and human behaviors. Think of the peace, freedom, and equality of all human beings, not just one group of people, and also eliminate the root of terrorism. The first solution to the terrorism is education. Education is the primary solution to the terrorism. The government should educate the people to understand the differences in culture, religion, belief, and human behavior. All people should think of the peace, freedom, and equality of the human being, not just their group of people. The next solution for the terrorism is eliminate the root of terrorism. The way this word is attacking terrorism is funny. Every country is doing something to kill terrorism, but they still cannot eliminate all terrorists. They can kill some terrorists today, but they cannot kill the other terrorists tomorrow or other tomorrow. They should try to find the root of terrorism and they have to eliminate it. Black money is the main root cause of terrorism because terrorists can do nothing without money. So, the government should find who support the terrorists. The last solution to the terrorism is understand about terrorists. The solution is to find out the problem why terrorist doesn't feel guilty and why he is forced to be terrorist. It may be some injustice done to him. Hatred spread hatred only. It may be conquered by love only. I will going to show you the reign of terror in a few snaps.